Hello YouTube pipe community, OTC Piper, here with my thoughts on Sutliff J4 Burley. I'm going to be smoking it in my Estate Beulah Emerald little poker. It's got a good wide bowl in it, and really makes for a good all day smoker, but a long smoker as well. The Sutliff J4 Burley. I recently ordered a 1 pound bag of this tobacco at Smoking Pipes. This is actually my first order I've made with Smoking Pipes. I've been a long time customer of pipes and cigars, and still like them. I was really impressed with my experiences with Smoking Pipes. Shipping was definitely faster, and we'll get more into that, maybe here in a second. But right now, currently, it's on sale. There's a 20% off on Sutliff bulks. This 1 pound bag was $25.86, which I thought was a good deal. I've had a couple of bowls just to get my thoughts together on it, and I kind of bought it without having tried it, and I'm glad that I did. So we'll get into this. This is kind of a medium cut. I mean, it's not a fine cut. It says it's a long cut in the description. I don't think so. See it there. It packs very easily. Before I pack it in the bowl, we'll go over the description and the jar note. This was on Smoking Pipes. Now I try, when I'm doing my thoughts on a blend, I try to avoid the online reviews, because that's somebody else's thoughts. Sometimes it's good when you just want to see what the majority of the people had to say, but when I'm doing my thoughts on something, I kind of like to keep it that way. When I read the description, I didn't know this is lightly topped. I didn't realize that. The description didn't really talk about that. It said Burley from Sutliff is a natural blend of 100% Burley long cut, great taste and aroma, a soft, no bite experience for the traditional Burley smoke. When I bought it, I thought I was just buying a straight Burley from them. When it came in a bag. Let's see, I still have the bag right here. It came in this bag here. When I stuck my nose in the bag, I could tell it was flavored. So I didn't really know what to think about that. I'm not really big on most aromatics, but there are some that I enjoy. My first impression I got with the flavoring is it had kind of a rum flavor to it. I did peek at some online reviews that said it had a vanilla, and I could see that a little bit. So I'll say with the jar note, it's going to be rum with a hint of vanilla. I mean, it does smell very good. And I know I've talked a bit in other videos about how I really prefer more of the traditional, just the straight blends. I don't want to cast any aspersions over aromatics in general. There are some that I haven't really enjoyed as much, but there are some that I have. I'm more like the lighter hints of the flavoring rather than something that's very heavily topped. And I don't think this is very heavily topped. So let's get it loaded real quick. And as I'm packing this pipe, kind of remind me of a thought that I had on my 100 sub giveaway. We've finally got, I know I've got one person that now has entered in for the as the starter set as a beginner piper. So I've been thinking about doing some videos for the beginner pipers. We have such a rich community, of vast amounts of wisdom and everything and experiences from everybody that could come out through the comments and all that. And I thought I would get together some videos, for beginner pipers. So I've kind of been, as I've been burning the midnight oil here, kind of putting some things together. So we'll be looking for that. And for the more seasoned pipers out there, I'd really like to, know what you may have to say on it. You might have some ideas that are better than mine. And I would certainly welcome anybody's input on that. So got it loaded up. I'll be drinking me some coffee in this early hour of the morning. Let's see. Grab this box right here. These are my small matches. This is a very wide bowl. I'm going to have to take another pass at it. Okay. So my experience as I puff on the pipe here. The nuttiness of the burley, I don't think in this case can be masked. You definitely get that first. Light flavoring comes at first light behind the nuttiness of the burley. And as I've been puffing on this a couple bowls back, I noticed that it stays consistent throughout the entirety of the pipe. There's a lot of blends that I've had that kind of change characteristics as you get down more into the sweet spot, kind of like a cigar will do. The first third of it is just getting to that point that's just right where the good stuff happens. This one is very consistent all the way through, and that's a good indicator of being a good all-day blend. And this will definitely find its way into my daily running pouch. Now I'll tell you this, right out of the bag, as I was jarring it all up, it is a little bit more moist than I tend to like my tobacco. It's not too bad, and I still enjoy it. But I may let some of this dry out for a little while, and you kind of see how that goes. But when I smelled such a strong aroma coming out from the flavoring, I didn't quite know what to expect out of it. But I'm delighted to find it to be very satisfying. The flavoring is there just enough for me. I would call this more of an aromatic, but it's not a strong aromatic in the sense of some like that. I've had this nice little bit of peaches and cream that I wanted to try, just for more of a crowd pleasing thing. And the thing I just like about this and some others that are very heavily topped is, to me, I start to get kind of a bitterness with the added, chemical flavoring and all that. I haven't so far gotten that from this blend at all. A little bit more light on it. Oh, let me stoke it for a second. So, the room note. The Piper seldomly gets the fullness of the room note. I don't know exactly why that is. I wish it necessarily wasn't so. But I like the smell of when you walk into a room of someone smoking a pipe. When I'm considering a room note, I do something a little bit more unorthodox, I'm sure. I use my shirt. Hold my pipe away. And you get a little bit something different. Many of you are probably laughing at me right now. Well, I can put the pipe away from me, kind of get it as it wafts up to my face. And the nuttiness is very present in the room note, or the short draft, I guess you would say, and light vanilla. I would say that everything that you experience smoking it is all very consistent in the room note. I was expecting a heavier flavor from the, considering the jar note, but it hasn't been so as I've been smoking it, and it's not so in the room note. I believe smoking pipes on there. We give 2 dots for the strength, 2 dots for the room note, and 3 dots for the taste. I think. I didn't mark that down in my notes. I was just I'm recollecting on the spot here. But though I was looking for a straight Burley, I'm not disappointed at all in this, and not disappointed that I bought an entire pound of it. I think it's going to cellar very well, and I look forward to that last jar. I've got this is what didn't fit in 2 other like mason jars. So I filled those 2 up, had just a little bit left in the bag, so this will be first to go, and then I'll get to the others. Now I've got some other Lane Burley that I've also purchased when I purchased this. Because more times than not, I'm just puffing on a good Burley, and I get some of my other fancier stuff for when I'm at mantle or a special occasion. So the jar note is strong. The taste and the room note are lighter in the flavorings, and very rich in the nuttiness from the Burley. So I don't really like to do a rating system, because I'm not really trying to do a review. I just wanted to share my thoughts on it. If there was something about it, that I would not order it again, I would let you know that. I would definitely order this again. I ordered it now because it was on sale. As I do with a lot of the stuff that I wind up with, it's on sale, so I take advantage of that. And I haven't really, in 10 years of piping, haven't really been disappointed in the things that I would get that way. I find a lot of great things just because they were on sale at the time, and I continue to purchase them. And I'm going to continue to purchase this. I think cellaring, it's only going to get better. So I think I'll leave you with that. I do enjoy this blend. I'm going to continue on this pipe, go do some reading. I've been picking up my guitar a little bit, and just having a good old time out here in my little smoking nook, piping nook. So I'll leave you with that. OTC Piper, just wishing everybody all the best. And here's good times and a warm pipe.